Hi, this is Nick Phoenix, and this is Voices of Passion Video Tutorial Part 1, one of 3 parts. The first thing I want to do is just give you a basic overview of the interface and the play engine. So starting at the top left-hand corner, we have the main menu, which gives you opening, recent files, saving, and current instrument properties like being able to turn streaming from disk on and off, deleting the current instrument, and advanced properties like fine-tuning or voice limiting. Then we have the settings button, which gives you audio and MIDI setup dialog boxes. And then we have the browser. And the browser gives you access to everything on your computer, all your drives and everything here. But on the bottom left-hand corner, you have all your play libraries. So it's very easy to find everything here. So if I click on Voices of Passion, I see there's 5 folders: America, Bulgaria, India, Syria, and Wales for each of the 5 singers. And if I click on Wales, I can see all the patches there in the next window. Okay, continuing with the interface, on the top right-hand corner, I've got the current instrument window, and play is multi-timbral, so you can have a number of different instruments loaded here. What play does is it actually gives you the MIDI channel that you've assigned for each instrument in parentheses after each instrument here. So it's just a nice way to keep track of everything that you've loaded. Going down to the bottom left-hand corner, we have the MIDI channel, transposing, MIDI sensitivity, and MIDI velocity minimum and maximum. And this is just a cool way to, for instance, just to limit the MIDI velocities to basically so you can exclude certain samples. Let's say, for instance, you loaded a guitar that had a loud bend on the loudest velocity. You could bring down the MIDI velocity maximum and exclude that sample so you would never hear it. Below that, we have CPU usage and disk usage, memory used, and voice count, MIDI port output. And on the right-hand side, we have the Articulations window. And I'll get to this in detail in a minute when I load something, but this allows us to make very large instruments, like large key switches and other instruments that have a lot of things in one patch, but you as a user can see exactly what's going on in the patch, which articulations have been included, how to access them. You can turn them on or off, unload or load as you see fit, and save these setups. So essentially create your own key switches. But I'll get to that in a second. Okay, continuing with the interface, let's go into the main window here. We have round robin reset, and then we have delay, fantastic convolution reverb. We recorded all our own impulses, like the hall that we recorded the orchestra in. Filter, master volume, solo, mute, ADT, which is a fantastic chorus effect that emulates what was done in the 60s and 70s, where the tape heads were manipulated to create a realistic chorus effect, and envelope. I want to talk about 2 really unique play features at the top here. The first one is called channel sourcing, and this actually allows you access to the stereo file. So we've got mono summing, so it'll take the left and right-hand channel and sum them together in mono. We've got mono from left, so you get a mono signal only using the signal from the left-hand side or the right. So in the case of Voices of Passion, the left-hand, all the singers were recorded with 2 microphones. The left-hand channel is an RCA 44 ribbon, and the right-hand side is a Telefunken Elam 251 condenser. So you can choose the kind of sound that you want. They're not that different, surprisingly, but the RCA has a warmer sound. In some of our other libraries, this effect is very important and very drastic, because we may have, with a guitar, we may have used 2 different amplifiers, or one side is clean, the other side is a distorted amplifier, and it gives you a lot of flexibility. This function over here is the stereo double effect, and this delays one side, one channel, left or right, by however the amount that you dial it in, and it creates a really nice widening effect. And in more extreme settings, it's kind of like a natural pan, like a reflection off the stage. And the nice thing about this is that there's no degradation in sound quality because it's just working at the level of the samples, just like the channel sourcing is doing. Okay, I think that's basically the gist of the interface. So I'm going to go into the browser, and I'm going to load up a patch from the Whales singer. This is the Whales Legato Portamento O. And this is a true legato interval patch where we sampled all the possible intervals, singing from one note to another of all the notes in the scale. So the software figures out in real time, what you're playing and plays back the appropriate recording of transitions from one note to another. I can't really stress enough with patches like this in the library, because we are dealing with the human voice, that you use the mod wheel, because it controls the filter and will give you a lot of expression that really is necessary. So, typically you'd use it for little dips from transitions and sort of being able to fade in and fade out the note. In more extreme settings, the mod wheel actually controls the filter and the volume, but it has no effect on the reverb. So it has a really nice effect. Our true legato patches also work polyphonically. I'm going to go into the browser and load another patch from the Whales singer. This is the Words Master patch. And this is a giant key switch, which has 44 different words sampled in every key. So here the articulations window becomes very important, because you need to be able to see what's in this patch. So if I go down to the bottom right-hand corner, I can see that on C0, I've got the word bene. On C#, 0, I've got the word breathe. I can go through the list. I've got, various words from different languages. And here the key, really the key to this is that it's not about trying to replace a real singer. It's really more about ethereal singing and the impression of singing. And so that's what we've gone for here. So you'll see all types of words, 44 of them, and you have access to load or unload whatever you see fit, and control the volume of each of the different articulations. But let me talk about what's really important here. Just sampling a bunch of words is not really very useful, because with, let's say, the word breathe, you get something like this if you try to play it. And that's really completely useless. So what we've done is we have legato articulations that are triggered when you play legato. So